What's up, guys? Hey, I just wanted to jump in real quick and share something that opened up for me lately. Um, on the surface, it sounds like common sense, but the reality is I wasn't really doing it lately, and that's hiring people or hiring people that have strengths that you don't have, right? So one of the sayings is if you're the smartest person on your team, you're in trouble. But I've been working on some fun projects, and I noticed that I've been just diving really deep. And I had some time to really think, and I was thinking back to themes, right? Like, what are the themes in past projects, past things that have worked well? That's me taking pieces and putting them together. So when I was in college, I had this idea for a men's grooming book. I know, super random. I wasn't in love with shaving or anything like that. There was an opportunity. I saw that guys were asking questions about grooming, stuff that they wouldn't ask each other, and they sure as hell wouldn't ask a woman because they were too shy. But at the time, being a starving student, I had a few skills, but what I did know was how to build a team. So at the time, I went on, it's now called Upwork, but I went on Elance, and I hired a lady that lived in New York. She was a stay-at-home mom, and I gave her a table of contents. That table of contents listed the biggest questions that were being asked by men about style and grooming. She did research and she wrote a book for me. I then outsourced the design of the cover of the book, the sales page, the SEO, and I just put it all together. And to my surprise, a few weeks later, I got my first sale. I'm like, holy crap, this internet marketing thing is real. And I was hooked. And, in different projects, I've kind of done the same thing. And some of it's been ego. I'm like, no, I can figure it out. I can figure it out. But one of the things that opened up lately is, holy crap, Victor, you're doing it again. You're trying to figure it out yourself. So what I did, and what I hope you guys can do, is I hired a coach. I hired a consultant to help me with a specific area of my business. And the cool thing is, I found somebody on Fiverr, Fiverr.com. I paid her $25 for an hour. This girl walked me through the back end of her shops. She showed me what works well. She gave me a thorough analysis of my stuff, and then after that, I ended up hiring her to help me launch some of the things that I was working on. But what opened up is it was $25, right? Rather than what I was doing is I was spending time and I was doing research. Okay, well, let me figure out Shopify. Let me figure out SEO. Let me figure out XYZ. And I thought that I was being resourceful by, well, I'll just listen to podcasts, I'll read books on it, and I'll find themes. But what about just paying somebody $25, $50 an hour? You ask all of your questions, and it was like that on steroids. There are some platforms, if you guys want to hire experts, go to clarity.fm, go to Upwork, go to Fiverr. Trust me, it's not as expensive as you might think, and it'll help you, because if we're looking at impact of things you do, right? Let's say, for example, you have a Shopify store, right? You can spend your time on the listing, you can spend your time on pictures, or you can spend your time on what type of products to sell, or at an even higher level, what's the strategy of the products that you want to sell? Why do you want to sell them? What's your positioning? If you get that right, it affects everything else. And getting an expert makes all the difference. So leverage, drop ego, and find experts. They're a lot more affordable right now than you think.